What's up, guys? The guy Trixafa. I'm here with Funny Scoop in the 6. Check it out. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a hot one. Lego.
Was footy football one of your go-to sports as a kid?
Footy was definitely a go-to. As I said, seeing everyone playing it on the street is my number one thing that, I'm saying that we all did. Other sports obviously was around, like cricket was massive as well. A little bit of track and field, but 100% footy on the street ball.
What challenges did you face growing up playing football in Canada?
To tell the truth, I always consider myself a lucky individual. I've never really had any challenges. I've come across one, maybe a little hiccup, but then it got cleared, and I'm saying I was on the team. I never had really any challenges per se. So as I said, I was pretty much a lucky guy.
So after playing in Canada for a while, what is or what you feel is the reason why is it so hard to become a soccer star here?
Well, the biggest that everybody know, the reason why a lot of players cannot succeed that easily in Canada, and I would say North America, is because there's so many other different sports and some of the bigger sports that, as living in North America would be like, say, hockey and basketball, right? So those have been the grassroots sports that really, I guess, bring all the money into the country. So and everything. So soccer was more of European, South American, Caribbean, and African kind of sport. So the North American basketball, hockey, and all the rest of the stuff that follows, made it so much difficult.
So that being said, what is Canada missing out on? What do you think needs to change?
I feel like a lot of things has been changing. It just need time and just the proper people in where soccer needs to be, like educational wise, and to create. One thing we really got to focus on is building that culture, and it's hard once again because basketball and hockey overshadows the sport, but it's been changing. It's been a growing. I'm a massive part of it, and I've seen the change. But everything takes time, and I just want to say, with time, we just got to give it the right nurturing.
So you think that coaching staff needs to be changed, or a new system needs to be developed here in Canada?
I feel like definitely coaching. The way how we approach the game. It's not just some people just think of it, especially now, it's just business. But developing is a very, very important thing that I feel like a lot of them, they don't focus on. They're just so focused on just the game, and it's not just a game, because without the development, the game does not really exist.
So that being said, what's your take on the youth development programs here in Canada? Are they worthwhile?
100%. There's so many different coaches that are really in it to help develop like players, like youth and everything. But as I said, it takes time, and we have to try to build that culture that the kids can understand and believe.
Do you think that more coaches need to use a different method of training here in the 6?
100%. As I said, from my experience, I feel like everybody just wants to win and it goes back again to develop the mindset. So with the mindset, if we can change the mindset of not just winning, but helping the game grow as each like young players come up, to show them the right way and actually also to let them express themselves how they see the game, like through their eyes, and help them to understand, okay, this can work and that might not work, and how we can pivot, you know what I'm saying, to make a whole, you know what I'm saying?
So since you love the game of soccer, who is your idol? Who do you look up to?
My all-time idol is, I would say, Ronaldinho.
Why is Ronaldinho your favorite player?
He's my favorite. He just reminds me of myself. Like when I touch the ball or anything like that, I have so much fun with the ball, and see how he does it. It just brings more joy to me. Wanna do what I do, and everything that I've done. It's just so crazy that even as a youth, you know, if I watch him like in a YouTube video like or so before a game or so, like it's over. Like he just inspires me to just do so much, and sometimes even my coaches, they didn't really understand. They're like, okay, you're doing too many fancy stuff and everything, so they're trying to cap my game, and there's so much more to it, but that guy Ronaldinho, he's just different. He just brings out something like bring that fire out of me, you know.
So do you have a favorite team of all time?
I have two. People are like, Dennis, you can't have two. Trix, come on, you can't have two. I said, come on, you know, cut me some slack. So my two favorite teams are AC Milan and Liverpool.
Okay, so being a footballer freestyler here in Toronto in Canada and needing to learn more skills or tricks, how do you prepare for that? What's your technique out here?
That's a fun one. To tell you the truth, I did an interview in 2008 when I just started freestyling in 2007. A friend of mine, he introduced me to it and everything. So we finally started competing, you know what I'm saying, here in Canada for the Red Bull Street Style. And one of my manager at the time that was managing us as a freestyler, he said to me, Dennis, just do you enjoy? And I said, all right. And it was history. So I don't really practice too much on anything. I just do me, and as the ball flow, I just flow with it, and it goes back to Ronaldinho. As the game is happening, I make it happen. Not to say I didn't practice or anything like that, but I didn't focus on just like practicing, and I have to get this and I have to get that. Even when the ball drops, I flick it back up with some style and flavor, and it gets the crowd going. So for me, I never really had a preparation. I just let the ball do its thing, and I just feel the ball, the energy from the ball, and that's it.
Yes, you make the ball talks for itself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so what is next for Trix on the list? What tricks does he have up his sleeve?
I got a lot up the sleeve, man. So a few things that's coming up. You know, I have this one thing. It's a great opportunity. I think it's going to be for Canada to get into street ball. So I'm about to start to try to push street ball. There's a massive event coming up in the world. Stay tuned for that, but just know that it's gonna be street ball. So right now it's gonna be a lot of street ball mixing with the freestyle.
Okay, and lastly, what advice would you give today's youth coming up in the system of what to do out here? What's their main focus to become a pro soccer player?
To be a pro, it takes a very long time. Right? It doesn't come like that. It takes a lot of dedication. But when I say dedication, I don't mean just go out there and just, you know, you're working. It's here. Do you love it? My biggest thing, if you don't love it, you will not strive, because there's gonna be like down times that if you don't love it, you will never come back up, right? So to be a pro in anything that you do, actually, you gotta love what you do. You know, it might sound cheesy, but it actually is. You have to love what you do, you know, or else you will not survive in it. You would always be looking. Focus on what you love, and it will carry you.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the current situation with Canada soccer and what's happening there from the top?
Again, when it comes to Canada and North America, I wouldn't even put Mexico in the mix. Mexico it's not even a part of North America to me. It's attached, but it's not. The problem with Canada is we are struggling to find a culture, right? We're struggling to find a culture, and that is the biggest. So when you struggle to find something, and when there's no love in it from the start, as I said, if you don't love it, it gets difficult because you start to look and you're looking. Look right there in front of you, the ball. We build a culture, and I guarantee you, that's why I said I'm going to be bringing some street ball to bring that to try to enhance the culture. And I find that's what we're lacking here is culture. So even when I went away to play pro, people are like, oh, you're from Canada? Oh, you guys play soccer? I thought you guys only played hockey and basketball. So it's something that we have to work on as a country, and to build a culture of soccer. And I think right there and then, it's gonna change a lot, because even with the freestyle that I do, some people are like, oh, okay, well, you can do the freestyle and everything, but can you score a goal? And I say, yes, I can score a goal, right? But as a whole, Canada, we just need to build a culture that people can believe in the sport, and in so many different ways. Foot golf, foot volley, futsal is a massive thing that I feel like a lot of Canadians we look over it, right? And I think that could really help the game here. In so many ways, foot golf. I guess I'm not sure if I mentioned that. To build a culture, it's very hard to build a culture in a place where it never actually was never strong at. So with time, as I said, with time, I feel like it will all change, and as more and more people come in with different ideas of how to build the culture, if we're all open to it, it'll be good.
Six.